Danny Rourke, a detective with the Austin Police Department, is in therapy discussing his recurring visits to the park. The therapist encourages him to talk about it, leading Danny to recall the abduction of his daughter Minnie 3 years ago at that park. Despite his efforts to find her, he couldn't, resulting in the breakdown in his marriage. He mentions receiving a work text, indicating work as his sole source of sanity. Later, while in an elevator, he reminisces over old family photos before being picked up by his partner Nix. During their drive, Nix informs Danny of an anonymous tip about a planned robbery at Safe Deposit Box 23 in the Bank of Austin. Despite initial skepticism, Nix explains the pattern of recent bank robberies where only deposit boxes were targeted. While surveilling the bank, Danny notices a suspicious man interpreting his conversation as coded. Ignoring warnings, Danny follows the man into the bank, disconnecting his earpiece. Inside, the man orchestrates distractions while Danny requests to open a safe deposit box. Meanwhile, a woman, influenced by the man's suggestion of sunny weather, causes accidents. The man convinces a teller it's late afternoon, closing her window. Inside the box, Danny finds a photo of Minnie with the message, "Find Lev Del Rain." As police storm in, the man remains calm, manipulating them. Despite Danny's warnings, a receptionist retrieves the box, triggering a fatal chain of events. The man takes the box and sets off a bomb in a police car, evading capture. As Danny pursues him, they confront on a rooftop. The man hypnotizes officers, turning them against Danny. He reveals the officers' lack of awareness, akin to Minnie's kidnapper. Danny reveals the photo, prompting the man's interest. In exchange for information on Minnie, Danny demands answers about Lev Del Rain. The man orders them to shoot each other before fleeing, leaving Danny convinced the heist is linked to Minnie's disappearance. He shares his suspicions and evidence with Nick, overcoming Nick's doubts. As they strategize how to apprehend him, Rourke reviews the robbery footage. He receives a call from Nix, who informs him of a trace run on the tip-off call leading to an address. They pursue it and find Diana Cruz, a fortune teller, with prior arrests for mail fraud. Rourke approaches her during a seance, but she urges him to leave upon learning the suspect got away. Despite Rourke's attempts to question her, Diana remains elusive. During their conversation, a biker crashes into the store, prompting Rourke to intervene. The biker warns of his relentless pursuit before taking his own life. Rourke takes Diana to a safe house where she explains the mysterious man's hypnotic influence over strangers. Nix, skeptical of Diana's claims, becomes ensnared by her hypnotic power, leading to his capture by the mysterious man. Diana reveals the man's identity as Lev Del Rain, a rogue hypnotist, and explains their shared history as escaped hypnotics trained by a government division. Del Rain's attempt to seize control of the division led to Diana's intervention, but she knew he would escape eventually. With Nix under Del Rain's control, they realize they are the primary suspects in his murder. Amidst chaos, Rourke confronts Nix, ultimately incapacitating him. However, Nix continues to pose a threat, forcing Diana to kill him in self-defense. Rourke, enraged by the situation, confronts Diana, but she reveals Nix was already dead, and she merely released him from Del Rain's influence. Now fugitives, Rourke and Diana flee, with Rourke revealing Del Rain's connection to his daughter's abduction. As they plan to escape, they encounter law enforcement, but Diana hypnotizes the sheriff to divert their attention. However, Del Rain, using police resources, tracks them down, prompting Rourke to lead him on a chase to buy time for Diana to escape. Yet he finds himself trapped as his reality begins to warp around him. Diana rescues Rourke just in time by bringing a truck, and they flee to Mexico. On the road, Diana reveals to Rourke that he possesses a psychic block, stemming from the trauma of his daughter's disappearance, which prevents him from being controlled. At the border, they encounter a border guard who recognizes them from their wanted posters, but Diana hypnotizes him. Inside Mexico, Diana leads Rourke to her handler, Jeremiah, from the division. However, Diana suspects Jeremiah's intentions, cautioning Rourke to be prepared. They confront Jeremiah, who is actually Del Rain in disguise. Del Rain initiates an attack, forcing them to flee into the public. Utilizing his ability to control civilians, Del Rain pursues them through the city. In a desperate attempt to escape, they engage in a psychic battle, during which Rourke unexpectedly taps into his own latent hypnotic power to stop Del Rain's control over the civilians, leading to Del Rain's arrest. With Del Rain defeated, Diana suggests seeking out River, a reclusive division hacker who aided her escape. Initially hesitant, River eventually agrees to help them. He hacks into the division's database, revealing Rourke's wife, Vivian Riley, as a former division member. Despite Rourke's disbelief, Diana consoles him, acknowledging the pain Vivian experienced following Minnie's abduction. As Diana takes a bath, Rourke receives a call from Del Rain, who hypnotizes him into targeting Diana. Despite Rourke's struggle against the spell, Diana realizes his predicament, highlighting their continued danger. She succeeds in calming him by kissing him, but later that night, Roar wakes up and discovers in the database that Diana was Vivian all along. He begins to see through the illusion, realizing that Minnie is the Domino, the daughter of two powerful hypnotics, Roar and Vivian. When Roar confronts Diana, she reveals that he took Minnie away from her to hide her from the Division, which wanted to train her as a weapon. Roar realizes that everything he has experienced has been a hypnotic construct created by the Division. Nyx reveals that Roar hid Minnie and wiped his memory for 4 years after his capture. The Division has been attempting to make him remember, but Roar has been resisting. When confronted by Delra, Roar refuses to reveal Minnie's location and is knocked out. Upon awakening, Diana explains that his mind cannot handle any more resets, but Roar rejects her and initiates another reset himself. As the construct resets, Roar flawlessly repeats the events until a heist where he breaks free and escapes, overpowering Diana's attempt to stop him with hypnosis. As Nyx realizes from Roar's notebook that Find Lev Delra is an acronym for a location, Deer Valley Lane, a chase ensues. Roar arrives first, finding himself at a dead-end road with a single ranch owned by Carl and Thelma Everett, who recognize him as their foster child. They reveal they've been raising Minnie for the past 3 years while she learns to control her powers. As helicopters approach, Carl and Thelma guard Roar with shotguns. Roar and Minnie are reunited, and as Minnie senses Diana's arrival, Division agents descend upon the ranch. Despite Diana's attempts to reason with them, the agents gun down Carl and Thelma. Roar confronts Diana, who is now under the Division's control, and Delra gives him an ultimatum: join the Division with Minnie or face death. Roar calls Minnie outside where she hugs Diana, expressing pride in her. Together, they plan to escape the Division. Delra realizes Minnie is manipulating reality into a construct and attempts to shoot her, but she causes him to end his own life. Minnie restores Vivian's memories, revealing her role in aiding their escape. Minnie had secretly provided the Find Lev Delra photo to the Division, initiating the search. Finally free from the Division, the family can live their lives as they choose, marking the end of the movie.